Welcome back. On today's video, we're talking about car theft and which cars are most frequently stolen and where that usually happens. So let's jump right in. First website we're looking at is marketwatch.com. This is the MarketWatch guides, and it's talking about car theft, and these statistics are from 2023. For whatever reason, it is a little more difficult to find 2024 data, although we will have some for you shortly. So let's get into this. If you look at the national vehicle theft trends, in the year 2023, if this is a trend from 2015 up to 2023, you can see that during the later teens there was actually a spike in car theft and then a drop in car theft. And then in 2019 to 2020, we show a spike that continued all the way through 2023 with these increasing. Good news is in 2024, we actually did see the car theft trends drop by 17%, but we're not quite there yet. Now, I did read another article when I was preparing for this video that said part of the reason for this spike in crime is because of increased reporting. It appears that there's only a few national repositories, including the FBI, but not all local jurisdictions or local law enforcement report to those. So part of the increase that we saw in car theft in this time period was because of increased reporting. That could have helped increase or account for the increase of 30+% between 2019 and 2023, but they didn't have statistical information on how much that affected it. If we look at the car theft statistics by state, you will see that California tops the list in this model in 2023. What you will notice is missing from this list, though, is the District of Columbia, where Washington, D.C. is, which when you include that, we'll show you those stats a little bit later. But the car statistics stolen by state was a little bit skewed because this is done by just the gross theft. So what we really want to look at is the car thefts by 1,000 people. This is what the method that the FBI uses to report. It looks like the NICB also does report it this way. And the NICB, for those of you who are not familiar with it, is the National Insurance Crime Bureau. And in this case, they do include the District of Columbia, which shows that in that area, the vehicle thefts per 100,000 people is almost double what it is in the next most recent state, which in 2023 was Colorado, followed by Nevada, Washington, California, New York, New Mexico, Missouri, Maryland, Oregon, and Texas. The major cities where these vehicle thefts were happening were Los Angeles, which actually had a 0.5% year-over-year change, so it actually decreased in LA. San Francisco, though, was jumping off the charts with a 28% increase, followed by Chicago, Houston, Dallas, New York, Seattle, Denver, and Washington, D.C., which saw a 52% increase over 2022's car theft rates. And then they were followed by Philadelphia, which saw a 19% increase. The top 10 stolen cars in 2023. If you have one of these, you will notice there is a continuing trend with a lot of these on the 2024 list, which we will get into. But it was the Hyundai Elantra, Hyundai Sonata, Kia Optima. These three cars, I believe, if in the research that I've done on this, had some vehicle theft prevention device errors, or they were very easy to bypass, which allowed people to steal those cars more easily. Followed by the Chevy Silverado 1500, the half-ton Chevy Silverado, Kia Soul, Honda Accord. You'll notice that Hondas are very frequently on these lists. The Honda Accord seems to be one of the more common ones. Honda Civic, Kia Forte, the Ford F-150 half-ton, and the Kia Sportage. The next list here that we want to pop up to is the 2024 statistics, and as I mentioned before, the good news is vehicle theft fell by 17% over the prior year. There are some people attributing this to the hard work of law enforcement, and that is probably very much the case. It could also be that there were a lot of other things economically going on, and it could be that some of the cars got their vehicle theft prevention issues fixed, and that contributed to it as well. If we look at the nationwide statistic, we dropped from 2023's high of 1,020,000 down to 2024's new number of 850,708 cars. The top 5 states by percentage decrease in thefts were Washington State, dropping 32%. That's pretty darn significant. Congratulations, Washington. Followed by, very closely by Nevada with 31%, Oregon by 30%, Nebraska and Colorado rounding out that list with 29 and 26% respectively. The top 5 states with the highest vehicle theft rate per 1,000 people, District of Columbia and Washington, D.C., did about the same. They actually dropped a little bit down to 842 from the high of 1,149. It's good to see some sort of a decrease. That is over a 20% decline, so good job, Washington, D.C., but my gosh, that number is still high. California actually decreasing as well, down to 463. New Mexico saw a not that big of a decline, down, what is that, about 20 cars per 100,000 people, so at least progress, followed by Colorado and Nevada. Again, the top vehicle makes and models most stolen, Hyundai Sonata, or Hyundai Elantra, Hyundai Sonata, and the Kia Optima are still in the top 5. Also, the Chevy Silverado 1500 still there, and the Honda Accord still in that top 5 range. So if you have these type of cars, you need to take care to make sure that you are not getting yourself in a position to lose that car. And that is something that we'll talk about in our next video of things you can do to prevent your car theft and what to do if your car has been stolen. Now, just the light version of that, what to do or how to prevent your car from being stolen, is just park it in a safe place, make sure that it's in a well-lit spot, don't leave your keys in the car, don't leave your keys in don't leave your car running if you have another option. There are some areas where you probably can get away with that, but you need to have some sort of a theft prevention mode where they can't take your car. Don't leave your keys in your car while it's running. If you have like a what's that called, a pit stop mode or something where your car will shut off if someone gets in and try to take it, that at least is going to help somewhat. And then don't leave valuables out in plain sight. That is something that happens all too often, and if it's an easy smash and grab situation, you're probably going to lose your car. So I hope this vehicle has been helpful to you. If it has, give us a like down below. If you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know someone who may benefit from this video, please do consider sharing. If you also have some comments on things that you've seen on vehicles that are being stolen or things that are contributing to the vehicle theft factor, put that down in the comments below. Help out everyone else on the channel. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.